Hey everyone, welcome tonight. We're going to be playing Mörk Borg yet again on the show. I'm super excited about this. This is where this is another module mashup episode. This is where I take a module or an adventure for one system and kind of overlay it onto another system. It seems to work every once in a while, so we're going to try it again with Mörk Borg. I feel Mörk Borg is really pretty easy to kind of mod these adventures. The adventure that we're doing tonight is Desiccated Temple of Locha. This is a old school essentials adventure. It is available through Exalted Funeral, which I think I put the link in the description of the video. If I haven't, then it will be there later. It's just really kind of a neat little one-shot. It's supposed to take place over 4 or 5 hours. We're going to try to condense it down to about 2.5. We'll see. So we might not cover everything that's in the adventure, but we're really excited to have it take place tonight. So stick around. We're playing module mashup with Desiccated Temple of Locha. Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Today on the show, we're doing a module mashup of Desiccated Temple of Locha. This is written by Andrew Duvall. He did the adventure and the art. It's not a huge adventure. It's more for a one-shot, so just kind of something to kind of place in your ongoing campaign if you want to. So yeah, if you're interested in it, check out the link in the description. If you enjoyed these sessions and these actual plays, hit that like button down below. And if you're coming across our content for the very first time, you know what to do. Hit that little subscribe button and that little bell notification. That lets you know every single time we go live or upload new content. So tonight we've got a great cast. We're bringing back some regulars. Some folks that have already played Mörk Borg with us on the show, so I'm excited to have them on. Let's bring them on while I can. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's been a little while for some of us. I appreciate you giving some time before the holidays to hop on and kind of do some Mörk Borging with us.
Always.
I will always say yes to Mörk Borg.
It's super fun. You know, it's one of my favorite systems. I never thought, like years ago when I first saw this little book, it would be, probably one of my favorites. It's not all the way up at the top, but it's definitely up near the top. So I'm excited to maybe hopefully squish some players tonight. We'll see.
As always.
Do we want to do player and character introductions before we get started too long? And I'll do a little introduction spiel and then we'll get rolling. How about that?
Sounds great.
Sure.
All right. Em, I'll let you go first. How about that?
Okay. My name is Em. I am with Level 1 Geek. We do lots of cool TTRPG stuff, and luckily I've made friends with Doug, so he'll let me play games with him. Today I am playing Dayru, who is a character generated from the Strumbirther. Definitely check that link out. It's really cool. They generate characters for you because you're going to die a lot. Probably, maybe. Who knows? My character is extremely weak, doesn't have a lot of health, and I hope she dies.
So a typical Mörk Borg character.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent.
What, no monkeys in this one?
No monkeys. No monkeys. Just nihilistic behavior.
Okay.
Nice.
Good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I'll let you go next. How about that?
All right. Well, I am Josh. I'm usually here on Victory Condition Gaming for all types of games, but Mörk Borg is one of my favorite games. Let's see. I am Urvarg, and this character has actually survived 2 of Doug's games.
Josh, you shouldn't have mentioned that.
Oh, no.
Just saying.
He was from the Shadow King's Men's. Thick memories of mushrooms and smoke. Born of the mushroom, raised in the glade, watched by the eye of the moon in a silver black pool. Prone to substance abuse and very wasteful. Resting manic face, making friends is hard, Permanent phlegm deposit in the throat. Continuously coughs, snorts, spits, and swallows. So enjoy those sounds throughout the game.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yes.
I actually had an extremely visceral response. It's like, oh, this character.
Yeah, now it's all coming back
It's
to me.
flood. It was a
This
repressed memory,
character.
Josh. This was a repressed memory for me.
Happy holidays, everyone. That's all I'm gonna say before we get started.
Merry Mörk Borg. This is the new tradition.
Oh man. All right, Austin, last but not least, my friend, you're up now.
Hey, I'm Austin. I'm playing Karg. I come from a secret Bergen crypt church. Hunted by the two-headed basilisks of the one true faith, I can be found raving in ruins, traipsing endlessly down dusty roads and desecrating cathedrals by night. Lazy and cowardly, covered in, for some, blasphemous tattoos. I make jewelry from the teeth of the dead, if this can be considered a bad habit. I think it's a good habit.
I love it. I love these random PC generator that Mörk Borg has, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you play Mörk Borg or you're interested in playing Mörk Borg, just go to mörkborg.com, and there's all sorts of resources there that you can just kind of get up and go on with it and have a very colorful character just at the tip of a click of a button. So, all right, without further ado, let's get started. I will set up the introduction in the scenario. How about that? Once upon a time, in the primordial muck at the dawn of civilization, there was a great and terrifying fish god named Locha. Locha. I think we're going to call it Locha. I think it's Locha.
Perfect.
Great nations of fish folk deep beneath the waves, grew prosperous under Locha's watchful eye. As all things shift beneath the tide, rivers turned mountains into sand, and earthquakes turned seafloor into mountains. The fish folk cities crumbled around their temples, and Locha was eventually forgotten. Now, millennia after the last fish king, all that remains of Locha is a single preserved landlocked temple. Sandblasted smooth of all decoration, the upper half of the 25-foot tall slate statue covering the entrance of the Temple of Locha sticks out uncovered from the cracked slabs of a dried lake bed. The massive pillar sits atop a 10-foot pit, which drops down into the entrance of the temple. Inside the temple, the evidence is of its past as an underwater temple to the fish deity covers every surface in minute detail. The dust coating in the interior is actually the powdery dried remains of algae and other muck that used to grow on every surface. Instead of cobwebs in corners, and the leathery strips of seaweed husks cling like ropes to the cracks. And the rich organic aroma of a lake shore hangs heavy in the air like swamp fog on a humid summer night. What marine wonders lie beyond these coral skeleton doors? So that sets it up. You are descending down into this pit to this entrance, and I'll let you take it from there.
Are we there yet?
Well, these are the doors. So yeah.
I feel like we've been walking for an eternity.
Oh, this air is so thick. Oh, man.
Irvarg, I'm a nihilist. But even my beliefs, I think that everything, that sound that you make, it's like more unnecessary than most things.
What sound are you referring to?
The when you open your mouth and all the stuff that comes out that's bad. Yeah, that.
Pardon me.
And like Arvog spits down on the floor, and like there's like this like all the dust. It looks like dust, but it's actually dried seaweed, just kind of like floats up off the surface as it hits the ground.
No. Okay. Arvog, why don't you try to open the door? I think that would be a great use of your talents.
Hey, you got the stuff though? You know, if you give me a little bit of that that concoction over there, I can you know, maybe that is like a Scooby snack. I can I'll open the
Wait.
door.
Scooby Doo is canon in Mörk Borg.
Oh, well,
We gotta talk to the Stockholm cartel guys about that. Holy smoke! I didn't know that.
You want a treat? Here you go. You know what I have, and Daveru's gonna pull out a little satch at her waist and just stirs a bag of silver with her finger. I've got a treat for you if you can get this door open. How about that?
Not the kind of treat I'm looking for.
Well,
All
in
right.
that case, allow me to sweeten the pot, and I will pull a single half-rotted tooth off of my necklace and drop it in the bag of silver and say, that could be yours.
This was... You know what? That's fine. I can have a tooth in my bag of silver.
It might have like a silver filling in it.
Oh, there's probably something better down here in the depths. Let's open this door. I will approach the door and open it.
Yeah, the doors. It kind of has these. I want to say fish folk in robes.
Okay.
And they're both kind of facing each other on this door. The door's, wooden, fairly ornate. You can kind of see some waves that are, carved into the background. But front and center is like these two fish people in robes, and they seem to be praying. And then there's some sort of big, something like an emblem or something at the top that's kind of shining out. That they seem to be like, it almost looks like they're praying to. But yes, there's two doors, and they look like they haven't been opened in a while. So you might need some strength to open those up.
All right. Karg, can you assist with this? These seem to be stuck.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would love to help. It just seems like so much work. You look so much stronger than I am, and I'm gonna slide up one of my sleeves and be like, look at these spindly arms. Like, what? I can't push that door open.
All right, Irvarg, you take one. I'll take the other.
All right.
All right.
We'll make that a DC of 10 for one of you if you're both going to help it then.
So I fail.
All right, you fail, but what about...
I have a negative strength. I got a 6 total.
Oh, okay. Well...
Yeah.
I got a 12 and I have no modifiers.
All right. So, Deru kind of pushes up against it. Doesn't really help but Irvag kind of looks at them and kind of shakes their head as they can't believe that they're even trying to attempt it and not really giving any advantage here. And he just kind of lowers his shoulder and nudges the door open just enough so that it cracks open just a little bit, enough for you to kind of squeak through both the opening of the doors. Once you get through the opening of the doors, you see this staircase that goes down probably a good, I don't know, let's say it goes down probably a good 50 feet. There's like a platform that you immediately walk out onto, and then it goes down 50 feet down the stairs.
Oh, I would say that I don't like this, but honestly, it doesn't matter. So let's just go. Let's just walk down into all of this. Cool. Oh, here's your tooth, Irvarg. And I dig it out and I proffer it.
Oh,
I can definitely use this.
Oh.
And I'll tuck it away.
Deru glances at Karg, just like, I honestly thought he might eat that. And
We're just getting started. It might happen.
Son.
So, did any of you
Okay.
actually have like torches and equipment to adventure in?
Ooh, I
I've
do
got
not
4
have a torch.
torches.
You got some torches, all right.
I can share one. I can
Oh,
give
thank
one to
goodness.
Karg.
Did
Do you
did
have one,
anybody?
Dayru?
Do you have any torches, Dayru?
I have 0 torches. I have a water skin and 3 days worth of food if we get stuck
Okay,
down here.
awesome. Does anybody else have? Yeah, I think we all should. You all should have water.
I've got
and
no
food.
attributes, but darn it, I have torches.
All right, that's good.
And
That's
a
good.
tooth.
We'll take it. We'll take it. I'll say you all have a water skin and like at least 2 days worth of rations. We'll say, how about that? Okay, so you do have some sort of lighting if you need it. So yeah, you go down this 50-foot staircase or this stairwell, and it's gets darker and darker as you go down. So it's up to you if you want to turn on a light or not. The light from the door, the opening that you opened up, is kind of doesn't shine all the way down at the bottom.
I'm definitely going to fire up a torch.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty nervous about walking into a room this dark.
Okay. Are you going to take the lead? Who's in front? Who's in the back? Who's in the middle?
I can promise you right now, I am not taking the lead.
All right.
Well, if you'll give me a torch, I'll take the lead.
I did. I gave you torch.
Perfect. I'll light up a torch. So I've got a torch in one hand. I've got my my sacred shepherd's crook in the other.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm just walking with it like a staff, torch held high.
Nice.
And
This doesn't even matter. Nothing matters really.
It's fine.
Since I'm in between them, I'm going to. My character is walking uncomfortably close behind Daru, and constantly.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're around a dog that can't breathe very well because they've got the smushed faces? I feel like I can't breathe when I'm listening to Urvarg. It's like my post-COVID self. I'm like, I haven't had it in a year, but I still feel it once again.
Sure. Yeah, you descend down as you head down the stairs. The light flickers, and you didn't descend down, and it opens up into this big room. This big room has, again, it's dusty. It's got dried husks of seaweed on the walls and on the ceiling, and partially on the floor. There's 6 pillars in this that are lined up in twos. In the middle of the room, and then there is also a dried up fountain topped with a fishbowl containing a desiccated fish made of stone at the top. To the sides of you, there are 4 doors in the corners, and then there is one set of doors that are ornate and that have some sort of fish design that is directly in front of you in back of the fountain. I will put up a diagram so you guys can kind of take a look.
Okay.
I love the 3D effect on this diagram.
There you go, right there. So yeah, it's up to you what you would like to do. There's 4 doors and one on each corner. 6 pillars, 1 fountain that's dried up with a stone fish at the top of it, and yeah, what would you like to do?
Well,
I
Dayru's gonna gesture to the fishbowl. Go fish.
I vote for the first door on the left.
I'm
Sure.
fine with whatever door, but I think I might. I have scissors in my inventory.
Okay.
I might use the scissors to kind of like prod the fish a little bit and see if anything happens.
Yeah, you probably, it's actually made of stone.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you kind of poke on it, and it just kind of like tink, 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 kind of. But yeah.
How was that for you, Karg? Did it bring joy to your life?
I mean, not particularly.
Yeah, because joy isn't real.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it could have been better.
Yeah.
But
most
I guess
things could be, honestly.
Yeah. Right.
But Urvarg wants to go through the left door. There's two. I don't know which one Urvarg has chosen, but I'm really okay going left.
Yeah, I'm going to vote Urvarg's door.
All right, let's do it. Urvarg, would you like me to lead the way?
Yes. While they were discussing that, I'm just like picking up the dried seaweed and pocketing it, in my many pockets. Yes. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. I think we need some more of this air.
Is there any water in the fishbowl?
There is not. There is not.
Does the fish look loose? Like, could we grab the stone fish and pull it out?
As of right now, it just looks like it's attached to the.
Okay.
It looks like a fish bowl with like a stone fish in it, and yeah, that's it.
In that case, Dayru's gonna walk to the closest left door and open it, or try to at least.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door, and so the closest left door, the one on the right there, it leads down this little hallway, and there is another door that you get to open up if you would like to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ooh, look, a hallway.
Yeah.
I've seen nicer.
Urvarg, you have to breathe.
Are you just? Is it just the two of you, or all three of you? Are all three of you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, all three of you are going. You open up the door, and it leads into this big chamber, which actually looks like it has a big bed in it. This is. Let me find it here. It looks like it's a room of someone with significant increase in wealth. And there's a 4-poster bed, and it's carved to look like live coral. And the sheets resemble crashing waves. There's also a large armoire that's fashioned like a giant clam.
This place has style. Okay, I want to go investigate the giant clam.
Yeah. You go in there, and you look at the armoire, and you look and you see a robe.
Is it a nice robe?
It is a very nice robe, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it off the hanger and toss it to Urvarg, and be like, "Here, a coughing towel for you because you've got some on your chin." Stop!
I grab it and just like blow right into it.
Okay, good job.
Yeah, you know that these robes are like high priestess or high priest robes. And also, I will mention that not only once you pull the robes out, you also saw some jewelry and some gold pieces. So what? Let's see here. You saw 6 pieces of jewelry. Oh, that are worth 100 gold pieces each.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Does anybody want this? Shiny rocks mean nothing to me.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna eye the plain necklace filled with teeth around my neck and say, I could probably really upgrade this, so I'll take that. I'll do something with those.
Okay.
It's all yours.
Thank you.
I have no interest in that. I am going to meander over to the bed and get on my hands and knees and crawl underneath if I can.
Yeah, you crawl underneath it, and it's just you're just getting all sorts of dusty, dried algae all over you, and you come out the other side, and you just look just even more messy than you did before.
Yes, that's what I was hoping for.
While he's doing that, I'm actually gonna get on the bed and like into the covers.
All right.
and say, "What? Wake me up when you're ready to move forward." But this looks like a great place for a rest.
As you do that, you lay down on the bed and you kind of settle in. You put the covers over you. All of a sudden, your eyes flick back in the back of your head, and you all of a sudden get overcome with this feeling of being tossed and turned by waves. Yeah, let's see if anything else happens. No, but that's it.
Huh. Yeah, I imagine I'd probably spring out of bed pretty quick.
All right. Yeah, you wake up feeling very nauseous, like almost seasick, like
Right.
you're just like, ugh.
You okay there, Kark?
I'll roll over and just empty my stomach, kind of like right down on the floor, right next to where Uvarg, is that right? I can't quite see your name.
Yeah.
Kind of like I'm gonna basically vomit like right next to where you're crawling around.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, and then I roll through it as I'm coming out from under the bed. Yeah.
I was really... it's really unfortunate that I lived to rue this day.
Absolutely.
Scrape it off and just like put it in a pocket for later.
This is the best game.
I'm just like, yeah, that's gonna... Oh, sorry, Daru. I didn't mean to get that on you.
Yeah. Also, I didn't mention as you walk through that room, there's also doors to your right and your left.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep going left,
Okay.
and
I was just gonna say that.
yeah. I'm gonna go open the left door and just like kind of stiff walk away from Urvarg after this share of mess.
Sure. You walk into another little hallway, and then you open up, and there's a smaller little room, again with a little table along the back wall there. Let's see here. It has it looks like a small laboratory with shelves, and there's evaporated reagents and caked on salve residues, and then it just looks like a whole bunch of old herbal specimens on the table.
Did you say turtle?
I my eyes go wide, and I'm just like, and for a moment I'm silent, not a snort, not a cough. I'm just marveling at all the amazing herbs and vials and tubes, and oh, this is amazing. And I instantly rush in and just start going through things and touching and
yeah,
and I'm just shoving stuff in my pockets.
Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Seems like a good way to die.
Absolutely. I am an herb master, so hopefully a 3.
Yeah, you find 3 units of some sort of what are you addicted to? What do you have some sort of addiction from?
Anything and everything.
Yeah, you find some sort of hallucinogenic herbs that
Yes. Yeah.
3
of them, you say?
3, yeah, 3. We'll say 3. You also find 2 healing potions that heal you for D4 hit points. Basically, Urvarg just like pushes Deru out of the way as soon as like that laboratory comes in the way, and just runs to the table and just starts scooping up everything, and stuffing it in his pockets.
I really wish I could have passion like that. Unfortunately, I'm a nihilist, so shall we go?
I'm just like, you're going to have to wake me out of this dream, and then you'll see me take one of those vials of the hallucinogen and just snort it right up my...
All right.
I didn't know you could snort liquids.
Oh, yeah, it's not easy. Oh.
We'll say you just start to see like kind of like iridescent aquatic waves kind of come into your vision, into your line of sight, and that'll probably last for the next 10-15 minutes.
Wow, Daru.
Can I just use my sacred shepherd's crook to hook him around the belt and just use it as a leash and walk?
Whoa.
Absolutely, you can.
All
Wow,
right,
I feel like I'm
Irvarg.
flying through this dungeon.
Yeah, fly right after me, buddy.
Kids' substance abuse is not something you should make light of.
Fly.
Incredible.
On
On my neck? Really, Irvarg. And I'll open the right door that was in the other one.
Yeah, let me bring that one up. You open up the right door. You go back into the bedroom, and you open the right door, and it has a door to the to your right immediately. Looking across, there's a rug on the floor that looks kind of worn down, and there is a little altar with an idol on top of it. The idol has some sort of sapphire bejeweled idol, and it kind of you almost think that it kind of sounds like a babbling brook as you get closer to it.
Ooh, fascinating.
I'll walk in and I'll say, "What blasphemous icon is this?" And I'll pick up the idol. And,
Okay.
I'll smash it on the ground.
Ah!
Immediately
Whoa.
you get give me a presence check, or give me an agility check. Actually,
Ooh, thank you for that gift, Doug. That'll be a 20.
Oh, freaking A. All right. So yeah, you that rug that is on the floor, it immediately springs to life as soon as you pick up that idol, and immediately tries to swoop her in and grabs and try to grab you, but you kind of move out of the way, and it bounces across the wall and bounces against the wall.
Does it stay there, or does it keep coming?
Oh no, it immediately kind of you ever see the movie Aladdin where the rug is alive?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what you're facing up against this time right now.
Amazing.
I'm gonna you know how when you pick up
kicking in. That carpet's flying.
Yeah, Irvarg, you're not sure if this is actually something that's actually happening, or if it's like the hallucinogenic herbs that you're on at the moment.
This is trippy.
Card, what were you saying?
You know how when you pick up a pair of tongs, you go clink clink before you use them?
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out my scissors and go snip snip.
All right.
And kind of get ready for this thing to come at me.
Sure. Daru, what would you like to do at this point? I'll give you an opportunity to attack or defend or whatever you want to do.
Honestly, I would like to toss my torch on top of the rug and hope that it just goes up in flames.
Okay. Yeah, give me some sort of give me a presence check.
Ooh, that's my best check. That's a dirty 20.
All right. Yeah. You throw the torch and it hits it square in the center, and all of a sudden it just starts to light on fire, and it's you see the middle of it light on fire, and it's slowly starting to spread out as it's kind of moving around. It still is alive though, only it's much more erratic, being the fact that it now knows that it's on now knows it's on fire. It is going to take its attention. Instead of looking at Karg, he's going to now take a look at and see if Daru can be grappled, or
yep, that sounds about right.
He's going to kind of scrunch down a little bit and kind of leap towards you while he's still on fire. And give me a dex. What is that? That would give me
agility.
Agility roll. Yes.
I got a 5, Doug.
Oh no! So he definitely just like.
Oh, I actually have I have a +2 to my DR for agility because I have mail armor on. So
okay.
I fail by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rug, as it's like like lunging towards you. You can see that the air is actually just trying to like it actually increases the flames of the on that are like on the rug, and it just tackles you to the ground. So now not only are you getting grappled by this big rug because it just like kind of like takes its edges and kind of like circles them around you, it is also on fire.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to be taking some D4 damage next turn if you cannot get this rug dealt with. Irvag, what would you like to do at this point?
As I see this unfold, I'm just like, it's a rave. And I'm just dancing around the room and I'm like, pretty colors.
You think it's like a pyrotechnic show and everything?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No. Yeah. Yikes. Karg, what would you like to do in this situation?
You know, I don't think my whip is going to be real effective against a throw rug. I'm a little worried about the fire and wrapping around Dayru.
Yeah,
So
I would be too.
I might dump my water skin across the carpet to try to quench some of the flames.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that if you want to put the carpet out and yeah. It you kind of put it out and it's all kind of sizzles a little bit. And some steam rises up off the carpet, and you can see that it's still kind of trying to keep Dayru down and kind of holding Dayru down onto the ground as it's kind of wrapped him up tight. Dayru, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get out of this.
All right.
Is this another agility check? Probably.
I'd say it's kind of a grappling kind of.
Tough.
So like a strength?
Yeah, grapple is strength.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of a strength. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a -1 to strength, and I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, yeah. So, yikes. So you're fighting this living rug, and you can tell that it's you like get like kind of your arms out of the rug. So originally the arms were kind of like protecting your midsection from like getting crushed and all, and so you finally like kind of squirm out and you get your arms free, and as you do, it kind of constricts around you even tighter. And since your arms aren't there to kind of buffer that, and this is where my MMA fandom kind of comes in, because I feel like I'm narrating. It does 2 points of damage to your rib cage.
All right, I've got mail armor, so I get to reduce damage by a D4.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, so I take 1 damage,
so
and I have 1 health left.
Oh. All right.
Wow.
I will let Irvag go next.
All right, so the party's over. The whole fire show went out.
Yeah.
And there's this squirming thing on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm probably tripping to the point where I'm like, this ain't good. Like it's turning into a nightmare.
Yeah, you see like these hands coming out of this rug, and you can kind of see in the burnt middle section of the rug that there's some armor in there that kind of looks like your fellow party member.
So Irvarg will I got this. And I will swing at it with my short sword.
Okay.
Try to, cut it open.
Sure.
That is a 15.
Awesome. Yeah, it hits. What does it do for damage?
It will do 4 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, you find a spot where it's not kind of constricted around Dayru as much. You just kind of stab it and then kind of pull it back. So it kind of creates this bigger hole. And I think it's kind of like right where that burnt hole was anyway, so you kind of make that opening a little bit bigger for Daru to kind of squirm out of if you want to, and you can kind of hear if the rug kind of had a mouth, you almost think you almost heard it scream as you were pulling the sword back and ripping that hole open. All right, Karg, awesome. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to cut as far. I'm gonna try to cut up the center of this thing. I don't know how far I can cut on one turn, but a couple. You know.
Sure.
I'm just trying to separate this thing.
You're just trying to cut the rest of it.
I just want to, you know. Again,
a whip against Christmas paper glide.
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, give me a roll for that.
So the scissors don't have any stats.
Okay, that's fine. We'll give you a D20 roll and whatever you want. You want to use I don't know. Would you use agility or strength?
If you're letting me choose, I'm going to go agility.
All right. I'll let you do it.
That is a 12.
Okay, so yeah, you take your scissors and you just, like you said, you get that Christmas paper, you know, that moment where you're just and you just cut the rest of that that opening right down, and you kind of hear it kind of like almost screech as you're cutting that rug into two. So now that opening is huge. It's only wrapped around just a little bit of Daru. Daru, you could probably get out of it pretty easily.
So just around the neck.
Yeah, just
I'm
around.
Try and pull it. I'm gonna pull it apart.
All right.
We're gonna try.
Sure.
That's a 4.
Yeah, you are still struggling with it. To try to get out of it.
You know what I realized? I'm using my Pendragon dice, and I need to put that over here.
Yeah, you need to put that. You need to swap that up. Absolutely. Yeah, and now it's going to try to, the little bit that it has around you, it's just going to try to squeeze right around your neck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, give me a D20 roll, please. As
agility
why not agility?
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Yeah. So he does 2 points of damage to you.
Okay, we're gonna roll the D4.
Roll the D4.
1 again.
Okay, so you have you take another point of damage. So now you're at 0.
At 0.
Which means you are broken.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll a D4 for you now.
Perfect.
You you fall unconscious for D4 rounds. Which is 3 rounds, but you awaken with 3 hit points of
cool.
After. Yeah, so.
All right.
So now you are unconscious on the ground, Urbag and Karg. You see that this rug is just not giving up, and now Daru is just not even moving at this point, as this rug kind of keeps, tightening around their neck. What would you like to do? Urbag.
I'll take the tip of my sword and just pop the last bit of the rug that's left around her neck.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. You see it kind of falls in half, and just lays there kind of lifeless, and it's burnt and torn in half, and you see an unconscious Daru in the middle there.
All right.
Now remember, you're tripping, man. Is this just a secondary monster inside the first monster?
It's the larva. Oh, I gotta kill this too. No. I'll look over at Karg and I'll say, I saw this once at a doctor's office. I'm going to get down here, and I get down real low, and I get right up to Daru's face.
Oh, no.
And I go,
So
And
I've never been more happy to be unconscious.
I take out 2 vials, and I'm
Oh,
looking at the
okay.
vials really close, and I'm going, was it this one? Or was it this one? I don't know. Karg, do you... No, never mind.
Give her both.
Okay. So I will open up her mouth
Yep.
and pour both vials in. One is a potion of healing,
Okay. Awesome.
and the other is a potion of hallucination.
Awesome. So all of a sudden, Deru kind of snaps to, feeling amazing, like the best that they've ever felt in their lives, but they are tripping balls.
My face feels wet.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, it was nothing. Oh, wait. What did I do with that new snot rag I got? Yeah. Yeah, you're fine
Did you
now.
just pocket your snot?
Well, yeah, I got to save that for later. I could test that. I can,
You know what? I'm okay with it, honestly. Sometimes it's all right that nothing matters, because if nothing matters, then you can never make bad choices. Isn't that super cool and interesting? You know what? I
you're
think we
such
should
a ray of sunshine right now, man.
We should find other doors, because doors are like portals in walls. It's like part of a wall that can open.
Dude, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
And David's just gonna start crawling on the floor towards the next door.
Yeah, it leads back to the original entrance, that big room that you went into with the 6 pillars and the dried up fountain in the middle.
Oh, my 2-headed basilisk of the one true faith. I swear I'm having the wildest deja vu right now. I've seen this room before. All roads lead nowhere. All roads lead nowhere.
Urvarg, I don't know what was in that potion, but do you have any more?
Yeah, you need one.
I mean, I can't let you two
Doug's
go
having
down
his
together.
worst life right now. This is the darkest timeline.
Here you go, Karg. Yeah. My last one.
All right,
Now,
I'm gonna shoot it.
With Doug's permission, I am going to randomly choose which one I give to him.
All right. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Because I'm hallucinating, so I don't know what I'm giving him.
Sure.
I love it.
Okay, it's a healing.
That's
awesome.
Unfortunate.
That is.
I'm gonna take it, and we'll be like, "Wow, that's some pretty strong stuff." Before this kicks in, I better go and check and see if that rug had any teeth. And yeah, I'm gonna go back into that room and just kind of make sure the rug didn't have any teeth, because I'm gonna get them if the rug had them.
Sure. Yeah, no, the teeth didn't have any. It was just a living rug that looked just like a regular rug. No mouth and fangs or teeth with it.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Yeah. So you're in that big room with the fountain and the pillars.
Urvarg is going to go towards the fountain and crawl in it.
Okay.
I want to get in it, and I'm just standing at the pillar, like leaning up against it and rubbing the surface of the stone, and just
Yeah, it's pretty much. It looks kind of water stained, almost, unlike the rest of the room, where most of the room is kind of like dry and It has like
Okay.
that dried powdery algae and the dried roots. This actually looks like it had some sort of water either on it for many years, and it looks a little bit different than the rest of the room. Of course, like I said, there's a big fish bowl with the desiccated fish in the middle of it, at the top of the fountain, and there's just that's a big round base where water would have come down and collected in this fountain, but it's all dried up.
I look up at the fish, and Irvarg just stares there blankly for a minute, and he goes, "Oh, fishy need water." And I take my water skin, and I doing my hardest to climb this little pillar and get up there and pour my water skin into the fish bowl.
All right.
I was just gonna say that.
You pour the water into the bowl, and as the water kind of gets halfway up, and as the covers the desiccated stone fish, the fish starts to move and come to life and start swimming around in the fish bowl. And as you put more and more water in this bowl, these, like, I don't know what do I want to call it, these shimmery rippling lights kind of emit from it, and they kind of go along the walls and the ceiling of the room, and then all of a sudden those fish doors that were were right in back of the fountain, that are kind of ornate, they just kind of all of a sudden open up, and they open up all the way so that you can go there if you wanted to.
Oh, I am tripping so hard. Do you see all the
See,
lights?
And like, I think it's so funny because Karg, since he took that potion and didn't know that he was tripping, walked out of the room, checked the rug, and now he's walking into this. So he's not sure. So he's like probably thinking that that's now the effect
drugs
of
work.
Right. I walked back
in.
in. There's just these lights and everything.
Yeah, he's like,
and
whoa.
I imagine I'm probably I probably dropped the scissors out of my hand, and I'm just staring at him like, what was in that? What was in that potion?
That's some good stuff. Yeah, that's homemade right there.
I'm gonna blink a couple times, rub my eyes, and like try to like pop my ears, and wow.
Why is your mouth doing that, Karg? Is my mouth doing that? Where's my mirror? I'm gonna pull my mirror out. My mouth's not doing that. Should it be doing what yours doing, Karg?
Fishy, fishy.
Yeah, at this point, I like really think that I'm hallucinating, and I'm gonna say, it doesn't even sound like your voice is coming out of your mouth. I can hear your voice behind me.
Is my voice behind you?
No, it's behind you. Turn around.
And Dayru's gonna turn and look at the open doors now and say, all doors lead to the same place. And I'm just gonna head for him.
Sure. Does anybody follow Dayru, or are you all just gonna hang out in the trippy fountain room?
In the trippy fountain room. As soon as I see Dayru start to go by, it kind of takes me out of my zoning. And I'm like, oh, where's she going? And I go to follow, and just a little bit. And I kind of trip a little bit as I get out of the fountain, stumble. And I almost stumble so far that I grab Dayru by the back of her armor, but I miss. And I'm like, I kind of push her forward a little bit.
Yeah, I'll stumble through those double doors.
All right.
I'm going to hurriedly pick up the scissors and follow behind them because I am terrified to be by myself in here.
Sure. As you go through these double sets of doors, The shimmering light kind of descends, kind of shines down through, and you go down this stairway. It's a kind of a large stairway, but starts to get narrow. And in that stairway, there is you get to this big room, which looks like has a couple. They almost look like church pews, and then there's an altar at the top of it, in front of it, and you see a big kind of what do I want to say? It's like kind of a raised like 1 foot platform. There is a mummified fish folk statue like right in back of the altar. And then there's also these 2 mummified fish folk that are at the corner of each room in the corners of that room that you just came in, and the entrance that you just came into. So as you walk in, there's fish folk in the corners, pews in front of you, and an altar, and then another mummified fish folk statue at the top of the altar, or in back of the altar. If that makes any sense at all.
Do you guys know what's like super interesting about this?
What's that?
It's like these people are here in the temple because they believed in what the temple was teaching them, but
Fish.
it didn't matter because they became jerky anyways, because we all become jerky and it didn't matter. That's kind of cool. We should find our own corners and become mummified fish folk. Do you think we could change into fish folk if we stay in this temple?
I don't know, but you mentioned jerky and I am starving.
We should go look at the platform and see if we can find the god that they were all here to see. There won't be one. We can look.
I'm going to talk to this guy over here in the corner. I'll go over to like one of the fish folk in the corner.
Sure. Which one to the right or the left?
Let's keep going left. That seems to be working out for us.
Sure. Yeah, it's just a mummified fish folk statue. Okay. He's got kind of like a Triton spear. He's got a fish head, but he's rather tall and he's like wearing some robes.
Okay. I'm just like poking.
Yeah, he's just kind of he's just a statue.
Does it feel like leathery? Does it feel like jerky? Or is it too dried out and crispy?
Kind of too dried out. It's kind of petrified.
Josh, if
almost.
you eat this person.
Oh my god.
Okay, on another stream I was on last week, they were telling me that this is actually a thing where in like old Europe, it was a passion to eat little bits of mummies. That was like a cool thing. Treat some illnesses, yo. Yeah, not chill.
I can totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I imagine the further sight of like the religious iconography of this fish deity is probably making me pretty upset, and I'm gonna go down to the altar and say, "I've got your fish god right here," and I'm gonna take my scissors, prick my palm a little bit, and draw a symbol in my own blood of my church, and then pee on the altar, and just like while I'm just laughing.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you
get electrocuted.
Push. What's it do, Doug? Poke. What's it do, Doug?
Yeah. So on the altar there, give me a D20 roll for aim, a presence check, as you're aiming on this altar.
Ooh, that's a 4.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I didn't. That's what I wanted you to roll. Yeah. You start to do that onto the altar, and the liquid that is on the altar goes down and gets on the base of the fish folk statue, and all of a sudden you can kind of see as it's kind of getting to the base of the statue, it kind of absorbs into the feet of the statue, and then all of a sudden, kind of unnaturally, all the liquid kind of all of a sudden just starts to draw towards this fish folk statue, this priestess or this priest. High priest that is behind the altar, and all of a sudden you see him just kind of start to almost like reanimate, like and start to come to life, and yeah, he starts to move.
Rehydrated by urine,
kind of rehydrated by yeah, your
I hate that.
The piss mummy. Upon seeing this thing start to move, I am gonna drop to my hands and knees and say, "Oh, priest of the great fish
Locha?
god, I've done it. I've brought you back. This was my plan all along." Now,
Wow, you
please,
SWAT team so fast.
please spare your servant.
Do you
Do
feel
what
that
you must
bus
with
that
these other
we just
two,
got
but
hit
spare
by?
your servant.
Yeah, he's got he kind of like looks down at you. He's a pretty tall statue. He's like 15 feet tall. He's got a big big fish mouth with serrated teeth, and he just kind of looks down at you and smiles with his big, almost like the shark in Finding Nemo, and looks down at you and with the serrated teeth, and they're just glistening, and he kind of picks up his trident that was at his side, and starts to walk around the altar towards you, in particular, Karg. What would the rest of you like to do at this point?
I'd like to get out of the way.
I think I'm still just entranced by this guy over here,
Okay.
and I have no clue what's going on behind me. I've kind of got my back turned to everything.
Okay.
How far away are Dayru and Urvarg from myself?
They can pretty much see you. I believe. I thought they were kind of close towards the.
Yeah, I personally was going up to the altar when this happened because I said I wanted to go find the fish god.
Yeah.
So I'm probably close. So I'm looking up at this thing and I'm just slowly sidestepping towards the wall and doing a two-handed gesture as this is the person who has raised you. Go ahead and wreak your anger upon them. They will rue this day that they disrespected you so.
Yeah, we'll say Urvag is probably in that back corner there, and he's probably about 50, 60 feet away.
Okay.
Oh, man. Is it worth killing Dayru?
That's a fair point.
I'm gonna, I have a pretty spicy thing in my inventory, and I'm not gonna let that happen yet. But
this might be your only chance to use it. I think you're about to die, bro.
It is Mörk Borg. I probably am about to actually die.
That's what I'm saying. Toss it out there. Get it. We want to see how many deaths we can accrue this game.
I guess I should have made a couple more characters. I am going to seeing this thing kind of still striding towards me. I do not feel good about this. I have an unclean scroll entitled Death, and I am going to read that as fast as I can.
Okay.
All creatures within 30 feet lose a total of 4d10 HP.
Okay.
All creatures? All right,
All-
let's go.
All creatures.
I literally.
I'm
I don't
so
think
glad I stayed in that left corner. This is my new friend over here.
27.
So you rolled a 27?
I
You
I
rolled
rolled-
one.
I rolled. So it just.
It
do I
says
have to roll for the scroll?
So
So the description is death, parentheses,
Mhm.
unclean scroll. All creatures within 30 feet lose a total of 4d10 HP.
Oh, okay. So
Do I have
so
to roll?
27 hit points?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that kind of and it's everybody in that area, huh? So even
That
you,
might include me too.
that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe you can
Yes.
designate the area. It
Yes.
doesn't say
but-
it's centered on you.
Oh, yeah, we'll say it's centered on you, but it will say the area.
Okay.
So yeah, so it definitely takes out Dayru.
Yeah.
Dayru all of a sudden just kind of like you see Dayru just kind of all of a sudden like these black like tendrils kind of start to and like take shape on their face and their hands, and they just kind of like almost seize for a second, and then they fall to the ground, and like this black liquid falls out of their mouth and onto the floor, and yeah, that's the end of Dayru at this point. Rest in peace, Dayru. Karg,
What have I done?
you seem you look at that. You're watching as all this is taking place, and the high priest that was coming around to see you. You can see it stop for a second, and it kind of does that whole, when like fish are gasping for air with their mouths, and like you can see it kind of like take its trident, kind of plant it in the ground for a second, and then you see it just kind of like move its mouth as if it's like sucking for air for a moment. It takes like probably 4 or 5 of those breaths, and then it kind of like hunches over, and all of a sudden it kind of gets down on one knee, but then it picks its head up and it looks straight at you, and it does that big toothy grin again, and it picks itself back up, but you can definitely tell it's not quite coming at you as fast as it was. And now it's coming towards you in kind of a shamble. Irvag, what would you like to do?
I think at all the chaos, the Irvarg is snapping out of his hallucination probably at this point, and he turns around and he looks and he kind of cocks his head at what's going on. Now, I have bestial speech.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if this would work on it, So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use it.
Okay.
All right. So, and it will last for, provided I don't die, 3 minutes.
Okay.
So I will say, hello, my friend, awaken and come forth. How are you after your long
So at this point, the high priest kind of looks over slowly at Irvag, because he didn't see him previously, because his attention was solely on Karg. He kind of looks over him, and you can tell he definitely understood what you said. And then he kind of looks at you for a moment, and he looks at your backpack and sees that there's a piece of that robe that you acquired earlier sticking out of the top of your backpack. And he says, "Why do you have that? That's not yours."
Oh, my new snot rag. Yeah, that was we were in a room and we just found it. Is this yours?
You defiled the sacred robe of Locha.
I didn't know it was a robe. I mean, come on. Oh, sorry. I got this god awful. But I can find some fresh water and clean it off for you. My water skin. Oh, I gave the last of my water to the little fishy out front.
You shall pay for what you've done. And he takes his trident and he swings it at you. Do you want to give me some sort of agility? Yeah, give me an agility roll.
Natural 20.
Nice. Yeah, he swings, misses, and you can tell that he's definitely weakened because it just kind of swings, and you can kind of see him kind of almost fall over and kind of be off balance because of the fact that he's not quite as healthy as he probably should be.
Can I take this moment of off balance to hit him with my sword?
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. And I flew too close to the sun and got burned. That's a 6.
Yeah, you swung and missed, and yeah, and
the effects of the hallucinogenic drug is still, wearing down. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Sure. At this point, you hear someone at those doors that you went through to get to this temple place, and another person who I guess was following you through this whole adventure, just to kind of see what you were doing and how far you would get, and maybe report back to those in the city or in the village nearby how your endeavor went. And in pops this new character, which is going to be played by M.
I'll put in the name.
Sure. Who are you playing now?
I am now playing Keftar.
Keftar.
Keftar is an occult herb master. Vindictive and endlessly aggravated, so stop bothering me. Starved, gaunt, pale, and I like mushrooms, and I have memories of mushrooms and smoke, and I make things.
Yeah, you've heard that there's rumors of some sort of hallucinogens and herbs and stuff down here, and so you were kind of following this party to see how far they could probably get. You were just kind of observing them, and but now, of course, you've kind of made a noise, and that they're now alerted to your presence in this desiccated temple.
Oh, hello.
Fellow herb master. Put her there.
One moment, and I'll take a little vial and I'll scrape that phlegm into a little tube. I'm gonna make something with this later. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
So you're making a mess in here, huh? Making
we're
a
just
big
having
mess.
this conversation.
Yeah, no.
Giant fish caught.
This is giant fish. Yeah, this is giant fish folk high priest is.
I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to deal with this. We should shut the doors. Let's go.
Karg, what are you doing at this point?
So really, this thing was only hydrated by my urine. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's probably reasonably dry still. I'm gonna try to set it on fire with my torch.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, it's gonna smell so bad.
It's gonna smell very bad.
Natural 20.
Nice. Yeah, you set this thing on fire, and it just starts to just kind of go up in flames, and you can just smell the reek of urine on fire, because you definitely don't drink enough water during the day, and your pee is very potent. Which you should probably kind of address. You should drink definitely a few liters every day, my friend. Just as so that doesn't happen. It just, you can hear him just kind of almost crack and sizzle, and then you can kind of see him shake, and then he falls on the floor, and he kind of flops, up and down, and you can almost, just like, fish do, but also, because you want to stop, drop, and roll, and when you're on fire. But yeah, eventually he just kind of just bursts up more in flames, and you see this husk of this burnt fish high priest corpse on the ground.
Dibs. Everyone chill with that. Dibs. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
scrape some dust.
You just got here. I've grabbed a few things already.
I'm gonna stand up and say, "Oh, goody, goody, goody," and go over to Deiru's body and just start with my scissors, just start popping teeth out of her jaw.
Sure.
And just fill my pockets with a bunch of loose, bloody teeth.
Karg is not remorseful at all for that death. I think that's awesome.
I liked the way you killed your friend and then took her teeth. That's a cool move, bro.
You play your cards right, and that can happen to you too.
Oh, lucky me! Wow, real neat. That's what I always wanted to have happen.
All I can see is Karg going over to the dead fish high priest, popping out some of those shark teeth, and like wearing it in like a necklace, like those you see surfer guys wear.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
All right. Well, so you guys are exploring this area. You guys want to walk together?
I'm gonna look back down.
Hold hands?
I'm gonna look back down at Deiru's toothless dead body and say, look back up and say, sure.
Yeah, you take a look around the this kind of this, I guess what do you want to call it, a temple or whatever. There's two doors behind the altar. There's also like this little pit, but it doesn't seem to be filled with anything. But yeah, there's two double doors in the back there. If you want to explore that area, you can go back up into the trippy fountain room if you want to. It's totally up to you.
I mean, we should keep pushing on forward, right? We should grab that poor lady's water skin. We might need more liquid shenanigans.
I mean, I think Karg could probably supply all the liquid shenanigans you need.
No! Unless you're suggesting blood, and then maybe.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. So it's up to you what you want to do at this point.
Let's take the left. The left seems to be working for us. So the left double doors.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, you open the doors. It kind of goes into this hallway. Let's see here. there you can go either left or right, but either way, you see that each side goes. There's a set of stairs that goes down. So basically, you go through this double door. There's a hallway, and then there's a stairway to the left, a stairway to the right, and they both go down.
Give you one guess what direction we're going.
I'm going to say you're probably going to go left, but that's just
that sounds good.
all right.
Yeah.
You go down these rather steep steps, and it goes to this platform. And at the bottom of the platform, there is a door to your right.
Oh hell! No, I ain't
Don't
opening
worry,
that door.
I can go right. I'll open this door. Hi.
Thank you.
My name's Keftar, by the way. I'm gonna push open the door.
I'm going to tap on Irvarg's shoulder and say, watch this. And I'm going to turn right far enough to the point where I'm facing the door and say, if you just keep turning right, eventually you'll go left. And then follow Keftar through the door.
Nice. You go into this large room. It's a little bit smaller than what the temple was. And then there is a statue right on one of the sides. The room itself looks fairly plain. But that's
Smells pretty
Hard, go
musty
pee
in
on it.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Uvarg and say, and look back at the statue and is like, you know what we have to do.
Shall we do this together?
You know what? I actually, are we actually in the room or are we in the hallway still? Looking in.
It's up to you. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to be in the room, or do you want to be? I mean, I think Keftar went into the room.
Yeah, I definitely went in the room. I'm approaching the
so,
statue.
Karg, you went in with her.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have stones that were taken from Thelema's lost temple.
Okay.
I can cast them onto the ground, and the pattern reveals if danger lurks in the room.
Okay.
The stones can lie.
Okay.
I can test presence DR10 to see if they're telling the truth or not.
Okay.
But if I fail the test, I can't test again until after the sun is set.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take out these handful of stones and kind of blow on them and just toss them onto the ground.
Okay.
And try to see if there's any danger lurking.
Yeah. Do you want to test and see if they tell you the truth, or how does it?
Well, the way it reads to me is that this I can read. Oh, yeah, I'll test to see if they're true.
So it's a difficulty rating of 10 or
Yep.
higher. Okay.
Yep. Presence. Nat 20 again.
You throw these stones, and they definitely give you some sort of indication that you kind of see when you roll it, when you like throw them out, kind of like this blue kind of ripply motion kind of happens, and you see almost like fins that come up out of the blue ripple.
Well, Doug, I don't love that.
Yeah, I'm going to choose to interpret that as danger.
I mean, you can interpret it as whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think
We should,
Irvarg is just, as he's casting the stones, Irvarg's just going to walk up and take his chance and pee on the statue.
You pee on the statue. That's what this stream has boiled down to. Just people just urinating on all over.
Yeah.
You know, this actually reminds me of a college event that I might have had at some point in my life. I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
You asked for a stream, but you didn't specify what kind of stream.
That's
so
true.
we're giving you the streams.
I apologize. Yikes.
All of this.
We're gonna need some lines and veils next time.
Yeah, I think so.
It is Mörk Borg.
Yeah, you see this statue. It's not mummified. It's just kind of like this really nice ornate statue made of like gold and silver and jewels, and you urinate on it, and it doesn't really do anything other than just kind of now smells like pee and is wet.
Yeah, I'm just over there with like a hose, just spraying it all down, make sure I cover everything.
You do see off to your left is like this bowl. Like it looks like it's like a bronze like singing bowl. Almost like something that they would take, you know what singing bowls are, right? They're like almost like musical instruments where you just kind of like take the thing.
Yep,
and,
I got one right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So as I see this, I'm going, I'm out. Somebody fill up the bowl.
I look within myself to see if I'm up to the challenge, and I think I'm pretty fresh out, unfortunately.
Yep. That means there's only one person left.
I'm not disgusting, so I'm just gonna try playing the bowl and see if that does anything first, and maybe we'll try a water skin. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, you just kind of you play this singing bowl, and it kind of emits this kind of like this reverberation and kind of the sound, almost like it sounds. As you're doing it, both Irvag and Karg just kind of like whatever they were doing, they kind of stop and they kind of look over at you like almost in a trance almost.
Hey, no getting obsessed with old Keftar here. Calm down. And I try and change like the frequency, see if that does anything.
It doesn't. It just kind of keeps their attention even more.
Okay.
And it just kind of looks like the lights are on, but nobody's home. If you know what I mean, when you look in their eyes.
All right.
It didn't look like that before.
I mean, most of the time they're closed because you're, relieving yourselves.
Oh, okay.
Well, Keftar's gonna go up to Karg and just kind of like try and do some subliminal messaging here and whisper in Karg's ear, I swear to all the hells, if you take my teeth when I die, I will haunt you for the rest of your days. And then stops playing, sees if they come back.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you stop playing, and the noise kind of like dulls down, and then all of a sudden you see them kind of shake to, and like, like what was that? It's almost like they like zoned out for a minute.
Fascinating. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and I'm gonna keep this in my hands just in case. Maybe we should look around for what else is around.
Basically, right when the music stops, I'm gonna subconsciously just kind of like grab my teeth. You know what I mean? Just like rub my finger across my teeth and like look behind me, and be like, "Huh, that was weird."
I'm gonna try filling the thing with water. I said I was gonna do it. I guess I will. I'll try filling the singing bowl with water and see if that does anything.
It doesn't do anything. You're just putting water in it?
And then I'm going to play it.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of... Irvag and Car, give me a D20 roll based on toughness, I think.
Nat 20.
I wish
20?
I wish I had a way. I would never lie about dice rolls in something like this, or really ever. But I got a nat 20 again.
All right. Yeah, you kind of I think, how do I want to do this? When you're trying to do that singing with the singing bowl and make that noise with water in it, it starts to emit this damage, and it can only kind of be perceived as some sort of like psychic damage. But luckily, Urvog and Karg like know enough to kind of like shield their ears and plug their ears as quickly as they can, so that their ears don't start bleeding and they get some sort of brain hemorrhage because of this psychic damage that this would have caused.
Well, at least the bowl didn't hit the brown note. I mean, never mind. So do we take damage from this?
No, you do not. Since
We
you
don't.
rolled
We
nat
just-
20s. Otherwise, you probably would have. I was going to make it a difficulty of a 16 to kind of avoid it, but you rolled 20, so you avoided it, and you just know that if you were to use this again, it would create some sort of psychic damage.
Is it psychic or is it like a resonant sonic damage?
Yeah, kind of like sonic damage, I guess.
All
is
right,
probably what it would be.
cool. Kefnar is thrilled. We'll pour the water back into the wine, the water skin as best as he can, and then be like, all right, well, I'm out of ideas. You guys got any ideas? I regret this voice.
Urvarg will shake off all this, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll go back over to the statue and think, peeing didn't work. And he almost gets the idea, well, maybe number 1 doesn't work, maybe number 2. He's like, no. And then he goes, well, maybe I could use some sputum, or so he just, as he's thinking this over in his head, he's just going to kind of inspect the statue itself to see if there's actually maybe a button or a lever, or can he move the statue?
Yeah, you can definitely move the statue. It looks like it's not too large. It looks like it's probably a couple feet high, probably like 3 feet high. Very ornate. Like I said, it's got lots of jewels, probably worth pretty good penny. If you probably like pulled this out of the temple, it would probably bring you a pretty good score. You would probably get quite a bit of gold for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up and move it. I don't care about money.
Okay. You pick it up and move it, and as you pick it up, the floor across the room kind of opens up, and up rises this large, I don't know how else, a fish monster, I guess is probably what you want to call it. With
nice.
Just big gaping maw, black eyes, fins that go up all the way across, and these flippers, and almost like these taloned feet almost.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks like part sharkish almost, I guess, with like, it almost looks like a mutant shark, I guess is probably what you would call it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it kind of rises up out of this opening in the floor that opens up as soon as you pick the statue up and move it over. You all have like this great big monster, and it's just kind of like looking around. It kind of like shakes off some of the excess water, because evidently it was in some sort of water underneath the floor, and it just kind of like looks around repeatedly, and kind of looks at Karg, because I think Karg is probably the first one that it sees, and it kind of slowly looks around, kind of starts to survey the room, and it's up to you guys what you want to do at this point.
Urvarg is going to open his coat, and he's going to pull out another little vial. And he is going to shove it up his nose. Let's do this! In a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna try doing the wong thing with the bowl and see if I can control this monster.
I'm going to roll and see if it hits. It does hit.
Haha!
For 3 points of damage. It kind of all of a sudden you do that little wong thing, and you can you see it kind of jerk back and raise its big flipper hands up, and kind of like takes it. It just kind of like grabs its head for a moment, and just kind of shakes its head, and then just snarls with its great big, again, teethy snarl, and just looks straight at Keftar.
Oh no!
And just starts to charge, because you made the first strike at this point.
Monster shark doo doo. Just start running while playing my song.
Nice.
Okay.
Karg, what are you doing at this point?
So it's running at Keftar.
Yeah, it's running it because it's got like big talon feet and its legs and.
I'm gonna dig into my pocket and grab as many teeth as I can, and kind of just like scatter it on the ground in front of the monster in the hopes that it like
it's stepping on Legos.
Caltrops?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was more so thinking marbles, so it'll do like a weird Scooby-Doo, like kind of like slip and slide into the wall thing.
You guys don't have any banana peels on you? I mean, I'm just saying, look, but yeah, go for it. Throw, do a D20.
Am I using any kind of ability?
I would say you'd be using presence probably to aim.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. That's a 3.
Yeah, you throw these teeth, and it's kind of scatters all over the floor, and
they just pepper Keftar.
Yeah, they just kind of get strewn all over, and he just kind of just starts stomping on top of him, and doesn't really affect his movement at all, and doesn't really do any damage. So, yeah, you just are out of some of your teeth.
My teeth.
Some of them are fresh and bloody.
Yeah, Urvarg. You've already went. Did Keftar go? I'm trying to remember.
I started it with the song.
Oh, that's right. So he's going to charge at Keftar.
Cool.
Give me an agility roll, please.
Sure. This is at a +0 because I have +0s across the board except for strength, which is a -3. I rolled a 9.
Yeah, you see him, and he just charges you head down and just kind of headbutts you. The bowl goes flying out of your hand and kind of the water gets knocked out of the bowl and kind of goes spinning, probably in the direction of Urvarg. And same thing with the little like post thing that uses to use the singing with it. That went into a totally another direction, and you get knocked to the ground and take 4 points of damage.
I broken.
Nice. Okay. You just kind of fall unconscious. Give me another D4 roll.
You got it. 4.
That means you're dead.
Yeah, I'll roll another character. Just 1
All right.
second.
Urvarg, what are you doing at this point?
All right. So
you just saw Keftar get taken out, and you see Keftar's body on the ground, and this big shark mutant monster bends down, takes its mouth, and just clamps down onto Kevtar's head and jerks back up with it. And it separates the head from the body, and all this like blood goes, splattering across the wall, and just kind of chomps on the head a little bit. And you can see it kind of swallow, and then just kind of slowly kind of starts looking around the room again. And you can tell that like it, as it's like kind of surveying the room, it gets the direction of where the statue is. And, like fish kind of have like nostrils. It kind of, and you can kind of tell it's kind of disgusted by the smell of what's desecrated his temple. And he just kind of shakes his head. And what's Urvarg doing now? I'm sorry.
Urvarg, that's okay. Urvarg is so that stuff that he snorted before, allows him to go berserk, and he can make 2 attacks per round. But my defense is a DR 14, and I can do this per 1 fight.
Okay.
This does cause snorting, coughing, and sneezing even worse.
Okay.
I can see M's face. But in this blind fury of just pure drug-induced adrenaline, I'm going to take out my short sword and run blindly at it and just go for it.
Okay.
All right, so 2 attacks. First one. That's a 6.
That one does not hit.
And that one is an 8.
Do you have any omens that you would like to use to reroll?
I would actually. I do have an omen. I will use that to reroll. I should. That does not help. That was a 4.
Oh, yeah. You come in, you charge, and totally miss. And
come in way too hot. Just it's the coughing. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Karg,
what would you like to do at this point? I'll let you go next.
I'm going to attempt to run out of the door we came in and shut the door behind me.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Sure, go for it.
Okay, I do that. Do you want me to roll a door shutting check?
No. I think you'll do that just fine. That's fine. I'm not going to have you.
Okay.
You got in there pretty easily, so you can get out of there pretty easily.
I'm going to kind of just put my back on the door. And earlier I said I didn't have to pee, but I pee myself just a little.
Sure. So this giant fish monster looks over at Urvarg, and it is going to do this. You can see it kind of crouch down and just kind of like lunge and almost do like a belly flop onto Urvarg. Urvarg, can you give me a agility roll?
Mm-hmm. Come on. You failed for the attack. You can't fail for the agility. Come on. That's a 7.
All right. He jumps up. You can kind of see him just kind of do like almost like a belly flop right on top of you. He like smacks you down into the ground. He does 1d6 worth of blunt damage. So he does 1 point of damage to you.
I'll take it.
And you are now knocked prone onto the ground.
Sweet.
All right. All this commotion is going on, and Karg goes back out into the hallway. And while he's out in the hallway, hiding behind the door, up at the top of the staircase that they came down to get into this room, he hears this noise, and it sounds like there's footsteps or something going on the platform up above the stairs. And there's this other person, Niffle, I guess that's Nifle. All right. Knifel, I'll let you introduce yourself and show yourself into the scene.
So Knifel is a terribly sad person. Knifel had a nameless mother. A mother has no name. An inferiority complex. Broken, crushed ears. The best friend she's ever had is a skull who she calls Katie. She carries it with her at all times, tells it everything, and she doesn't really trust anyone. But with that inferiority complex, she really does what most people tell her. So she's currently talking to her skull, which she's holding in one hand. Oh, goodness, Katie, I hear something really bad this way. I don't really want to go over here, but you're so mean to me, Katie. All right, I'll go. I'm just shuffling and all kind of bent over and scared.
Karg, you see this person, you hear people, and you think that with the conversation that's taking place that there's two people. So as Knifel comes down the stairs and it's only one person, it kind of takes you by surprise because you thought for sure it was probably going to be two people coming down the stairs the way the conversation was sounding.
Thinking of only self-preservation, I'm going to say, oh, good. Reinforcements. Thank the heavens you're here. There's my compatriot Irvarg is down in that room and he's in trouble. I'm going to get more help, but maybe you could, jump in there and help him.
Oh, I have a special prism that can heal people. Do you think that would help? Are you hurt?
I'm gonna think about the pee stain running down my leg and say, just my pride, and I'll say Irvarg could probably use some healing at this point, I'm sure.
Oh, what was that, Katie? Well, Katie says you stink. I'll go take care of your friend Irvarg. And I'll go scuttling that way.
Sure. You open the door and inside you see Irvarg on the ground and there's a big giant shark fish monster just kind of rearing back and about to probably do some damage to Irvarg again before too long here. Irvarg, what are you doing at this point? You're now lying down on the floor, prone.
Well, I'm still in berserk mode, so I'm gonna go. I got to attack him.
Okay, so you get up and then start to attack him again. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me some rolls for that.
Sure.
I'll let you do that.
8's gonna miss. How about an 18?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
18 will definitely hit.
Let's see. Come on, damage. 4 damage.
All right. Yeah, you said you hit him with a sword?
Yeah.
You hit him with a sword. It penetrates a little bit into the side of the of this monster. Doesn't really go in very far, but it definitely does do like a cut into it. But it's such a leathery, like tough, like scale, almost like scale. Like what fish, what shark hide kind of feels like. It's kind of like rubbery almost. So yeah, it does some damage to him, but it doesn't do a whole lot because of the fact that its hide is so tough. At this point, it just becomes enraged and now wants to just bite everything that's in its front arc. So give me a D20 roll for an agility test.
Oh man.
Could I
Mhm.
toss this person.
14.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you see it, and just kind of like opens its mouth, and it starts to like chomp and try to like bite everything. You dodge out of the way, and kind of like hold up your sword to kind of get in between the teeth in your body, and does not chomp on you at all. Knifel, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, on my turn, can I toss my shield that I have to Urvarg? Since I'm kind of like over here on the stairs and whatnot.
You sure can if you would like to, you can. Sure.
Okay. Is that going to take up all my actions to toss the shield, or can I also activate my prism?
Yeah, I'd say you could probably do both. We'll let you do
All
both.
right.
Why not?
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Urvarg, my shield does -1 to hit point damage, or you can have the shield break to ignore one attack. So that could be helpful. And then I'm going to try and activate this prism. I have to take a presence test, DR10. I got a 12. Its light can shine upon up to 2 creatures, healing for 6 HP. For the next hour, one of them lowers all test DRs by -2. If the test is failed, they suffer 4 damage, and their armor or weapon is destroyed.
Okay.
You can use the prism twice a day, so I've used one charge.
All right. You said you can put that on to 2 people?
Yeah, I can heal 2 people. And
Okay.
I can give one of them the lower tested DR. And I'm going to give myself the lower tested DR.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
But if you fail anything, if you roll under a 10, you take some sort of damage.
Yeah. D4 damage.
All right.
And armor weapon is destroyed.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Karg, what are you doing now? You're in the hallway outside the room. You just saw Knifel go in and kind of shine their light on everybody and throw a shield and
take this.
Take you.
Give it back. Give it back.
Yeah. So Karg, what would you like to do?
Karg's pretty cowardly. He's run away from everything his whole life, and he still would do that if not for the fleeting thought of all these amazing shark teeth. And like hearing the sounds of battle still raging, he thinks maybe Urvarg isn't a pile of meat by now, so he's gonna be brave for once in his life and go down and try to jump in the fight.
All right.
With his scissors and his whip.
Nice. Yeah. Urvarg, what are you doing at this point? You now have a shield. You have a sword, and yeah.
All right. Well, seeing that I'm not going to be making tuna steaks out of this thing, I kind of get the inspiration to go after the bowl. And so I'm going to grab the bowl. And now this thing came up out of the pit with water, right? Is the pit still open?
Yeah, we'll say it's still open, sure.
Okay. Because what I'm thinking is, because she played it without the water in it, so I'm going to scoop up the water and then try playing it with that way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay, so you scoop up the water, you do the little bowl thing. Yeah, and it definitely does. It does 4 damage to this shark monster. It kind of just starts holding its head again and starts shaking. And you can kind of see like its eyes start to get, even though they're black, there's like a little bit of blood that kind of like accumulates towards the bottom of the eye sockets.
Okay.
And then it just kind of gets more enraged,
Of course.
and it dashes towards you. And give me give me an agility test again.
Doug, do I need to save against the sound? Because I know everyone else had a
Oh,
save.
that's right.
Last
That's
time
right. Yeah,
I did.
everybody should. Everybody should. Yeah, give me a save. I totally forgot that everybody else.
I rolled a
was kind
6.
of-
What's it plus? It's not going to matter. Everything's negative for 0.
These dice. That's a 20. That's a nat 20 again.
Karg shuts the door before because he kind of sees Urvar
It's
get
like
that. Yeah, it's because he knows what's coming, right?
Mhm.
Like he's seen it before, so he shuts the door before he could, and kind of like plugs his ears so that he doesn't take any of that damage. Knifel has never seen this before, so they just think like, oh look, they're just kind of like they got this cool bowl.
No, it hurts.
You're going to take a D4 damage.
Are you rolling it?
You can roll it. That's fine. I'll let you do it because I'm
3.
I'm take
broken.
You just kind of your eyes kind of roll in the back of your head. You fall unconscious, and now roll me a D4 again, please.
2.
Okay, so roll a D6.
2.
You roll unconscious, fall to the ground.
Will I fall down the stairs?
Yes, you fall down the stairs, and you break an arm as you get down to the bottom of the stairs, and you can't act for one more round.
Cool.
But you definitely don't have any. Yeah, you'll have to figure out how to get some more hit points.
What happens to Katie? That's a great question by Hungry Ewok.
Oh, let's see here. Katie kind of rolls out of your hand and rolls down to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be. Well, let's roll for it and see if.
Why not?
Oh yeah, no. Katie's fine. Katie's
okay. Katie does better than I at everything. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's that. Did I do a dash?
So
yeah, you do a dash, and now whose turn is it?
He's coming at me. The fish folk is.
Yeah, but you avoided it, right? Because you.
No, I didn't roll yet.
Okay, so roll a d20 again.
I'm going to choose to allow the shield to break so I can avoid the attack.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of he charges towards you. You take the shield, just kind of like chuck it at him, so he kind of bounces off him, and you totally avoid that attack. And now it's Karg's turn.
I'm going to move into the room, and I'm going to try to use my whip. Not so much in the damage sense, as I want to try to like whip around the leg of this fish monster and just try to pull it off balance.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a D. I think that would probably be a presence roll, I would think, because you're kind of aiming.
That is an 18.
Yeah, you do it. You wrap around his leg, or around its leg, and kind of like it falls to the ground, and you're just kind of pulling it. I don't know what you want to do with it now that you've got it all hooked. I guess I'll let you kind of pull it for a little bit, and then we'll figure out what everybody else wants to do once. How far do you want to pull it, or where do you want to? What direction do you want to pull it?
I don't even really want to pull it in a direction. I just more so wanted to get it
Prone?
off, like prone or off balance, so that maybe someone could do some solid damage to it.
Sure. Yeah. So Karg, Urvarg, it's your turn, I believe, or is it Nifel's?
I believe Knifel.
Nifel. All right, Nifel.
Okay, Nifel wakes up. I'm gonna roll my D4 of how much I'm healed for.
Sure.
I'm max health. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So I'm at my full health of 2.
Nice. Okay.
I'm feeling good. You know, my arm is at a jaunty angle. And I just sit up and scream, looking at my arm. Ah! Katie, it hurts. Katie! And I look over, and Katie's far away. And I'm gonna crawl over and pick up Katie and turn and look at this monster. And I have my staff in hand. Am I close enough to hit it? I know it's big.
So what are you doing with Katie since you only have one hand? Oh, because you're using your broken.
Right.
You're using your broken.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, it's still
between my arm and my chest.
You can still use the hand though. I mean, you can still kind of like keep Katie at a.
Yeah.
You know.
Katie's like flopping out over here. It's great.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate that so much. All right, let's see if this attack works. I'm at a -3 with my strength.
Nice.
I rolled a 5, so I'm at a solid 2.
Yeah, no, that does not.
I'm retiring this die.
Irvag, what would you like to do? The giant shark fish monster is down on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get right up towards its head and just play that sucker.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do another. Since you're so close, maybe I'll do 2d4 damage instead of just 1d4 because it's so close to its head. There's 2, 3, so it does 5 points of damage to it, and you can just kind of see its eyes are still getting kind of, even though, like I said, they're black, they're now getting filled with blood. And you can kind of see the blood kind of start to drip down out of its eye sockets onto its shark cheeks.
I almost want to take a sample of it, but I can't right now.
Yeah, and at this point, he's going to try to get up, and he fails. He gets up, and you can see Card kind of pull the whip and just kind of knocks him back down again. And he's just kind of just like clamoring. He's just kind of like scraping to the floor, trying to get up onto his feet. And Karg, what would you like to do at that point?
Well, I can tell you that I don't really want to let go of the whip. Maybe I'll kind of shift. I'll pull one hand off the whip and try to like throw my scissors at the shark thing.
Okay.
Like end over end.
Yeah, I'll say it does. If it hits, we'll say it does 2 points of damage. How about that? Since it's got 2 points because it's a pair of scissors.
Can I roll with presence because it's for aim?
Yep.
That's a 16.
Nice. Yeah, we'll say it does 2 points of damage. It kind of just sticks into the side. Where are you aiming when it hits? Where do you want to stick into?
I'm going to say just kind of in its body. It's the biggest target.
Sure.
You know, I have one hand. I'm just kind of throwing.
It's kind of got like, those side gills. It's like right underneath the gills right there. It just kind of sticks right in. You can kind of hear it kind of, gives kind of some sort of scream or wail as it penetrates its body, and it just kind of right into the side there. And you see blood start to kind of just trickle out of the holes where they entered the sides of the shark beast. Irvarg, is that? No, it's Knifel next, right?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is my turn.
Knifel, Irvarg, okay.
Knifel at this point is just sobbing openly, being berated by her friend Katie to kill it. And so she's going to take another swing. I've got my new dice here. We're going to see if I make contact. I rolled an 8 -3.
Yeah, no, you.
This is not the night for Emily.
What type of weapon is it?
It's a staff.
It's a staff. So you're doing
So
that
like,
one-handed anyway. So
yeah,
it really, you just kind of like staff. You're just trying to
like,
and it's not doing anything. You're kind of just ineffective. You're just kind of like tapping it more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. It's like a boink, boink right off the blubber.
Exactly. Irvarg, what would you like to do?
Keep going with ringing that bell.
All right, you're just gonna keep rolling. Oh, we haven't done any saving rolls for everybody else at this point.
Oh, Oh.
So, I'll do.
I got
what
a
he-
3 last time.
So it does another 5 points of damage to the shark beast. Please, everybody, give me a saving roll for this sonic damage that this bull is creating.
That's a 6.
A 12.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that you learned your lesson and you avoided the
I
side damage.
somehow was able to cover both ears
Fortunately,
with one arm.
unfortunately, you put like Katie up on one ear and like the other one in the other. I don't know how
It's
because
like
you only have
listening
one
to a
arm.
seashell.
Yeah, exactly. So Karg, you take 4 points of psionic damage,
Ouch.
and you kind of get knocked down, knocked back, and you can see that like you kind of like close your eyes for a second, and when they reopen, your eyes kind of get all bloodshot, and again, blood starts dripping out of your eye sockets. I'm gonna try to get up again. I do, and this point, he kind of takes his hind legs that the whip is, and just kind of yanks the whip out of Karg's hand, and just proceeds to start to stand up. As he stands up, you can see the blood starts to gush down the side from where the scissors are penetrating its skin. And he looks straight at Urvarg because he knows that Urvarg's the one that's kind of doing the most damage. I will. That'll be my turn because he kind of got to act quite a bit there. Karg, what would you like to do now that you've taken those 4 hit points?
I'm going to, seeing all the blood come out of the gill plate where I threw the scissors into it, I'm gonna run up and try to grab the biggest handful of gill I can and just rip it straight out of the side of the body.
Okay, yeah. Give me a d20 roll for that. That's awesome. I love
it. 16.
Yeah, you do it. We'll say it does d6 worth of damage. Is that fair?
I'm gonna roll a 1.
That's what I did earlier.
3. I'll take it.
Yeah, you kind of reach in, you grab into the gills, and kind of just rip them out, and you can hear it kind of like, also like try to like, almost like it's affecting its breathing almost, and you just rip out these chunks, and that's just like this bloody mass that you hold up into your hands, and you can definitely just kind of like whips around its tail and everything, whips around and just kind of throws you off its body, and it just starts stumbling even more now. Knifel, what would you like to do? Just add all this up too, by the way.
Oh, what was that, Katie? Okay. And I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna drop my staff and run up and try and also do the gill snatch.
All right.
It's an official fight move, y'all. The gill snatch.
The gill snatch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I rolled so well. Okay, this is probably strength, right?
Yeah, we'll say it's strength. Yeah, absolutely.
So I rolled an 18 minus
Awesome.
3.
15, still good.
15 still a success. Okay.
Yeah,
you said a d6.
So give me a d6 roll. Roll really well.
4.
Okay.
Medium well.
You reach over. Do you grab the same gill side, or is it the other side now at this point that you're grabbing into?
I feel like it's probably the same gill.
Okay.
Like it makes sense to kind of hit the same sore spot.
Sure. You reach in and you kind of like sneak
I
past
don't
Karg.
like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm just like pulling and like tearing with my hands and my scrabbly nails.
And you can tell it's just getting enraged. It's super mad and just kind of this like, it's just wailing its head all over the place, and teeth and its mouth is just like snapping any direction it can go. Urvarg, what do you do? You see these guys just ripping sides of this shark monster beast out. what are you gonna
Gotta
do?
stick with what's working.
Sure.
I ring the gong again.
You ring the gong, and it does 1, 2, does 3 points of damage. Damn it! So close. Yeah, you see that it's just so enraged at this point, and it's just blood is just now just pouring out of its eyes, and it's actually its nostrils as well. The and it's got like pieces of its gills all like torn up on its side, and just guts and everything are just kind of like fish stuff is just like flowing down the side of its body. And it just charges for you. So
Okay.
give me a D20 roll.
That's a 16.
16. Yeah, he charges towards you, and he's just like he's running, but he's just doing it at such a slow pace because you could just tell he's just horribly brutalized, like just not only in like the side but in his mind, and like you could just tell he's got like almost like this massive brain hemorrhage that's going on that he's just like trying to fight. And Karg, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna try to. Is there enough gill material left for me to try to dig into again, or at least just wail on?
Yeah, you could probably. There's enough of an opening there probably that you could probably do some damage if you wanted to kind of attack there. More than likely.
And am I rolling with strength since I'm basically just swinging at it?
Yeah, we'll say it's a strike. We'll say it's a strike or a crush or something.
So that's gonna be 0 because I have -2 strength.
So it is a 0 total.
An actual 0, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but it's not a natural 0.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to like. You said you're using a sword or something. What are you trying to do?
No,
or
I've
you've got your
lost
hands.
all my weapons at this point.
Right.
I'm just reaching, punching.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to do, you try to go in and try to get that, that spot that's been opened up, and he's just moving around so quickly because he knows he's kind of like just fighting for his life at this point that you kind of just swing and miss, and you don't hit his back, and just kind of hits that leathery hide that he has. Knifel, what are you doing?
Doug, I'm gonna try and go for a cinematic finish here. We'll see what happens.
Sure.
But I am actually going to be sick of Katie berating me to finish it, to kill it, and I'm going to grab its face like a bowling ball, and I'm going to try and shove Katie in through the gills to really hurt this thing.
Absolutely. You're just gonna kind of like brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Only it's Katie knuckles. You're just right in there. I love it. I will tell you that that this is probably going to shatter Katie.
It's a fit of rage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cocked. It's right between a 19 and a 9, so I'm gonna roll it again.
All right.
And it's a natural 20.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you take Katie, and you kind of look at her, and you're like, "No, not anymore." And you put your fingers, grab it just like a bowling ball, and shove it right into this shark monster's opening, and you can feel it as the skull goes through the side there. It goes through and kind of like crunches through the like bone and guts, and just goes all the way through. You actually punch so hard that it comes out the other side, and Katie, the head of Katie, is actually exposed as it kind of pierces all the way straight through, and then you just pull. I feel like this is a Sharknado movie at this point now, and you just pull Katie out, and with Katie comes all of, like the shark innards and everything, and it just kind of just follows your arm and the skull and everything, and just sloshes like all on the ground, and you can see the shark just kind of like gasp for water, like it's almost like breathing, and then it just kind of just the eyes roll back and it just collapses on the ground, and it's just like this big bloody mess on the floor. Yeah. Katie's actually intact, by the way. I'm not going to say, because you rolled a natural 20. It only seems right that you should keep Katie at this point.
I love it. Katie was right once again.
Has anyone actually killed a monster of this scope in Mörk Borg ever? Did we just do the first?
I think it's probably right up there. This was a rather high HP monster, and y'all. Of course, I will say that having that bowl, definitely figuring out that bowl was pretty much the key to it there. But yeah, you basically have taken this bowl, and you can take the statue if you want with you. It's up to you. I don't know. You've defeated the big bad of this temple. It's up to you as to what you want to do on the way out, and what you want to bring with you to prove that you took this monster down. It's up to you. I'll let that be for you all, because we're getting pretty close to time here at the 2:30, 2 hour and 30 mark. So
I will definitely take samples of its blood.
Okay.
Crack open its skull. I want a good handful chunk of its brain.
All right.
And if nobody wants the heart, I'll take that too.
Nice.
It's
You
yours.
can have it. I want one thing and one thing alone, and that's all the teeth.
Yeah, you take you kind of like saw up the mouth, and you know how like you have those like how you see those shark mouths with all the teeth in them. Yeah, you get to take this as like your trophy that to prove that you're not the coward that everybody thinks that you are. Like, you actually helped take down this big ferocious shark monster. Nifel, what would you like to take with you?
Well, Nifel is going to try and haul out that statue that was bedecked with jewels. Katie told her that this was the thing to take home, that maybe for once we won't have to sleep in an alleyway behind the what's it called, and yeah. So that's what she's gonna drag home in hopes of finally having a stable life.
Nice. Yeah, you. Let's see here. You know that what you don't really know is that this statue is worth a very, very high amount of wealth. And basically it has magical properties that help you breathe underwater. And it also gives you advantage when swimming. And I'm trying to think what else. Let's see here. What else? Where was it? I can't find it now. Damn it. Yeah, it's worth, let's see here. 206 times 12. Yeah. It's worth 600 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically the grand prize of this whole adventure. So yeah,
Katie knew. Katie knew.
So yeah, you all adventure out and take your prizes with you, and people. I don't know if you let people know that the Locha god is defeated or not. It's totally up to you as to how you want to finish this whole session out.
I just take it back to study, and I make notes about it, and I am in my workshop, and I've got the heart hooked up to electrodes, and it's old-fashioned hand crank, and I get it pumping again, and and I've got vials of its blood, and I'm mixing it with herbs and
So are you trying to reanimate this shark monster?
maybe.
Oh no.
Have you seen that really bad movie Frankenfish? That's what this will be.
Oh, nice. Karg, what would you like to do with after this endeavor?
Karg is canonically lazy, so I imagine I get tired of carrying this set of jaws, and I kind of put it on my shoulders so I don't have to carry it.
Nice.
And I, not far outside of the temple, I slip in a pile of mud, and when I fall forward, the teeth from the jaws just slice my throat. And that's literally as far as I make it out of the temple, is like 20 feet, and I die.
Nice. After that epic encounter, I love it.
Because it's Mörk Borg. There's no happy
absolutely,
endings.
Yeah, no, there's not. Absolutely not. Nifel, what do you now have like this immense wealth, and I don't know if it's something that you're going to sell or what you're going to keep or whatever, but what does Nifel do at this point?
So Nifel does sell it and tries to set herself up financially. However, Nifel also tells everyone about how her friend Katie killed a fish god, and nobody believes her. It's this horrible, people think maybe I stole this thing, and so all of my wealth gets taken away from me, and I'm left in the same situation that I was in before, with just Katie by my side, who I also now blame because nobody believed me that Katie killed this thing.
I love it. All right, that is it. That was Desiccated Temple of Locha from, let's see here. I don't know if it has it was written by Andrew Duvall. You can get it available at Exalted Funeral. You can buy it in PDF or in physical form or both. Feel free. There's the link down the bottom. Thank you to everyone that joined us live and was part of the chat. Thank you to Katie in particular. And thank you to Austin, Josh, and Em for being a part of this session. Hope you all enjoyed it. I did modify some of this. You can actually make this session a lot longer. There's a whole bunch of there's actually a mechanic for like timed wandering monsters and tension dice. So every 10 minutes you add to this tension pool, and then if you roll any ones on the tension pool, once it hits six, you implement some wandering monsters. For the sake of time, I did not do that. So this is actually a much more fleshed out adventure than what we played. We just wanted to kind of condense it down for time, because I like to keep these things kind of snappy around the 2 to 2.5 minute mark, or 2.5 hour mark, I should say, not minute. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to Austin, Josh, and Emily. Emily, where can folks find you if they want more M in their lives?
You can go to www.level1geek.com. You can find all of our information there.
Sure. Josh, where can folks find you?
Here on VCG and Halloweenville on YouTube.
That's excellent. And Austin, you're here most of the time, but if you want other people, if you want people to find you else, where would you direct them to?
I would, I say it every time. I would direct your searching energy to your friendly local gaming store. It's the holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate. A great gift is a set of polyhedrals for every person you know. So go support them because it's a good thing to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll remind folks that if you enjoyed the session, please hit that like button down below. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you part of our VCG community. We do all sorts of tabletop RPG board game content here on the show. We feature all sorts of games and creators and publishers. So we'd love to have you as part of this community. All right. That's going to do it. We're going to sign off at this point. I want to wish everyone very happy holidays, and we'll see you next time. We've got a lot of content headed your way in 2023, so stick around. We'll be back next week. Bye now. This video is brought to you by Black Moon Games. Check out their products at shop-black-moon.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you would be so kind, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe, all the YouTube jazz that we're supposed to do here. It really is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to support us more, you can check us out on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/VictoryConditionGaming. We have all sorts of Patreon